Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Michaela and I'm here with you, ready to do this beautiful cropped top with a cutout. I'm going to call it Nadine top, yeah. So I've cut my pieces already. I've got my lycra, I've got my lining. This is a crop top which has some short sleeves. So if you decide to add the short sleeves, obviously then you cannot do it reversible. In my case, I'm not doing it reversible because I want to add the short sleeves. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pin the sleeves, both sleeves. I'm going to pin them on there. I'm going to fold it in two and I'm pinning them over. And then I've placed my lycra on top of my lining. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sew all around the neck area. I'm sewing this bit with a concealed seam, so I'm sewing it on the inside and then I turn it on the right side of the fabric. You can always also do the other way around. You can sew if you place, say, the lycra on top of the fabric, and then you can sew the elastic towards the inside. I did show in a lot of my videos, I did show this technique as well, but this time today I'm going to sew it with an invisible or a concealed seam, because I like as well this look. So yes, the first thing I'm going to do on both front piece and back piece, I'm just sewing the neck area and I'm adding elastic in the same time, and as well both sleeves I will prepare them already. Once I've done this, next I'm going to connect the shoulders for both front part and back part. But I'm going ahead already and I go to my serger and I'm going to add elastic in the same time in the neck area. Adding elastic is not always obligatory, but I always say it, I always repeat it. I think it gives more support to your pattern, to your piece of fabric, especially when you're working with lycra. So yeah, I start a few stitches and then I add the elastic like this. Oh, my thread got tangled and I've seen it in time. That was lucky. Okay, and I'm almost ready with this. I will be doing the front piece. I will be doing it off camera, exactly the same. And for the sleeve, you don't actually need to add any elastic. It's just a straight stitch. So I just go ahead and I show you how I do it. Perfect. All right, so I'll come back once I've done the other sleeve and the front piece. Okay, so I'm back. I did already my two sleeves and I'm gonna put them aside for the moment, as I'm not going to add them just yet. And now we are going to connect the shoulders area of the front piece and the back piece. So I'm actually just unfolding it, and I will be unfolding it as well on the back piece, right? Like this. And this actually I've unfolded it in such a way that this is my shoulders, right? So maybe it's easier if you see it like that. Okay, and if you see it like this. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to place it on top of each other, the back on top of the front piece. I hope you see it good enough. And this moment, I'm going to take the lycra with the lycra and the lining with the lining, and I'm going to pin them together. And I like to always start first at the seam. So I'm pinning it right here at the seam, so my seam matches. And then I'm pinning my lycra. And now my lining. So I'll be doing this the same on the other side. And then I go ahead and so this is my one side. And now I'll be doing the same on the other side. I take one shoulder, I take the other shoulder. I'm pinning and then I'm going to serge it. So pin and let's go to serge. So this step is actually really easy. It's very fast to connect the shoulders. So yeah, you're gonna get a nice beautiful seam. If you have like very slippery fabric, you can always do a basting stitch before going directly to the serger. I do it sometimes when my fabrics are pretty slippery, but these two fabrics specifically, the lining and the lycra, they are not really slippery, so I don't feel like I need an extra help. I'll just call it like that. Okay, so I'm doing the other shoulder piece off camera, and then I will be coming back and show you the next steps. All right, so here I am. I did already my two shoulders, and I go ahead and I just turn it again on the right side, because on the right side it feels everything so much easier to explain. Okay, so next I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn like this. I'm going to do my hole on my crop top, right? So this is the front piece. So I'm going to go over, I will be sandwiching it, the back piece, and then put it like that over. So I explain it again. This is my front piece like it would be. So I take the lycra, I separate them, the lycra, the front piece and back piece, and I take the lycra, I go over, I'll be sandwiching the back piece, and then I go and I pin all around this hole, and then I will show you this within the last steps when I'm doing the channel. So yeah, it will be a concealed channel. It's not a fold in channel. And as well, for this step you do not need to add elastic. So since there later we will be adding a strap, you don't need to add elastic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, stitch the hole. Here it is. We have it. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to turn again the top on the right side. So I'm taking it all out. I'm unsandwiching it like would be. All right, and we've got here again, we've got the front piece, the back piece, and you see the sides are still open. And next thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to stitch the sides. So I'm just doubting whether I'm going to stitch the sides first and I'm going to stitch the down part first. But yeah, I'm going to go stitch the sides. So first I'm going to do, I unfolded it again. I separate them, and then I will be placing it on the other side. So lycra on top of lycra, right? And lining on top of lining. And I need the lycra with lycra and the lining with lining. But actually I'm going to, sorry, I don't want to mess with you around. I'm going to do it this way so it's easier for you to understand. I need lycra with lycra. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to pin it. And then lining with lining. So I go over and I'm pinning it. All right, so this is one side, and I'm going to show you again the other side. So what you need lycra with lycra, lining with lining. So if I separate them again like this, I'm going to place lycra on top of lycra. And I'm pinning it. And the same for this side, you actually do not need, for this stitch, you do not need any elastic. And this is my lining, right? And you can, because you see it got like messed up. So whenever it gets messed up, best thing to do is to unfold it, separate them, and repeat the steps. So I've got here my lining and I've got here my lycra, and I'm going to connect it together. This is my, sorry. Now I'm going to turn it on this side because it's easier for me to see. Okay, so you see this is my good stitch, and I will be folding it in inside like this. I see very good. Okay, so the same like I said, you do not need to add any elastic, so you just go ahead and serge over these four parts. So I'm doing one with you and then 3 off camera. Once I'm done, I'm coming back to explain you the next steps. Okay, so look at this. We are so close to the end. I've got here my sides are stitched, right? And this side as well. We are leaving still the sleeves undone just yet, and we are going to do first the bottom part, right? For this bottom part, later on I will be doing a straight stitch all over, and later on I'm going to seam rip a little bit the end. So here we will afterwards create the channel, right? But first I'm going to show you how to stitch the end. So what I'm going to do, I'm taking this bit, right, because we will start here. I'm taking this bit and I'm kind of like folding it in over. I'm sandwiching my top, right? I'm sandwiching it all over inside. Like this, and then I'm going to go ahead, pin, like I say, where I'm having the seams at first, like that, and then I'm going to pin around, and I'm going to do a straight stitch over, and I'm going to add elastic in the same time for this one. Okay, this is the back piece, and I want to have some well, the front and the back piece, and I want to have some support. So like I said, here I'm going to do the channel, so I'm not going to add the elastic. Actually, I'm going to leave the little holes undone, so I'm not going to add the elastic right from the beginning. And for the rest, I'm just going to add elastic in the same time. Okay, so I've added the elastic all around the bottom part of my top, and actually the elastic got pulled a little bit. I didn't notice it, but it's not a problem. And now we're going to go ahead and turn the top on the right side of the fabric. We are so close to be finished, and it's now just 2 more steps to be added. All right, so we are having it. So next we are going to do is actually attaching the sleeves. I'm going to leave the channel attaching at the last. So I'm going to attach the sleeves, and first I'm actually going to secure my lycra with my lining, because I don't want that it's like this when I'm attaching the sleeves. So I'm going to do for these just a basting stitch like this. I'm going to pin it at first so everything is secured and in place. So I'm pinning it all around, and then I'm going to do a basting stitch all around, so my lycra and my lining are completely secured. Like I say many times, for the basting stitch, whenever you're going to use it, if you with the side where you're going to use it, if it needs stretch, then you have to go ahead and make some little cuts into it, or obviously afterwards you should pull your top a little bit, so then it rips these little basting stitches, because anyways when worn, and obviously if it needs stretch, they will just pop. So yeah, I'm going to do the basting stitch. I'm going to do one with you, on the other side I will do it off camera, and then I'm going to show you how I'm cutting it a little bit, and how we're going to introduce the sleeves into the top, and the last will be actually adding the channel and the spaghetti straps. Okay, so I've did already my my basting stitch on my sleeve, and I will be doing together with you the other basting stitch on the other sleeve, and I'm going to show you how I make the little cuts into it. So it's practically just a straight stitch with the highest length. It's just to secure, it's made to secure the lycra together with the lining fabric. Okay, I'm almost done over here. So I'm going to go ahead and trim also these little loose threads at the seams. And yeah, like I was telling you before, I'm going to make these little cuts in between, so it allows me to have more stretch when I'm going to add the sleeves. Additionally, you can like pull it a little bit, but not always necessary, as having the cuts, it will already cause the stretchiness in the fabric. All right. Okay, so you see it's not necessary to do a lot of cuts. I have it both sides right now. And next I'm going to, well, I have already my sleeves turned on the wrong side of the fabric, and I'm going to match the lower seam I'm going to match it in the center with my lower part of my sleeve, and the upper part I'm going to match it as well, but I'm sorry, I do the wrong way. I prefer it this other way. So I'm turning my top on the wrong side of the fabric, on the lining, and my sleeve, I liked it to be turned, and I will introduce it inside of the top, and this is just so easier for me. So yeah, I'm matching the center of the seam and the upper part of my sleeve. I also match it, and the upper part of my shoulder. And from there on, I actually pin around to fit my sleeve together with my top, right? So I'm going to go like this around it. Sorry, my cat is like running on the treadmill. He does this. He's very sporty. So yeah, sorry for the noise. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and serge it together with you. For this step, you do not need to add any elastic, and as well, it doesn't matter which side you're sewing, but have in mind that obviously you're matching the right side of the lycra together with the of the sleeve together with the right side of the lycra of the top, right? So I'm just going ahead and serge it. So you are practically sewing over 3 layers of fabric. You're sewing over the lycra, the lining, and the other lycra. All right. Off camera, I will repeat the other sleeve, and then we only have 2 more steps to go, and this would be creating the channel, the strap channel. Look how beautiful it matches, and here as well, really nice. So actually I will do the sleeve off camera, and I want to do in the same video now, I will be doing the parallel stitch. So I will be doing, to create the channel, the strap channel, I'm just going to create a parallel stitch with whatever it's been sewn towards the inside. And for this, I'm already folding in this bit, okay? And as well, because you remember I've left a little hole, so I'm putting my finger inside, and I'm just folding it in like this, and then I'm going to go and make a straight parallel stitch all over. So you can put your finger inside and feel like that your lining is inside and your lycra is inside. And I'm doing the channel about 1 centimeter apart from the edge. My foot is helping me to measure correctly, but if you need to mark it before, I recommend marking it. And when I'm getting here, I'm doing again the same. I'm putting my finger again through it, so I make sure that my lining is not coming out, or my lycra is not coming out. Okay, so this is done as well, and I'm getting very excited whenever I'm finishing something which I'm doing. I'm getting like really excited. So I got here my safety pin I'm going to dress it into my spaghetti strap. And sometimes it might be that maybe you have like a little bit of like stuck fabric inside. So what I do, I just pull my my knipper to see if I have anything which is blocking my thing. I don't feel like anything, but my safety pin is not going inside very easily. I think yes now. Okay, so I'm going very slowly. So like if you have another technique on how to do the strap channel, you're always welcome to use your own technique. This is my technique, and I'm honest to you, it's like so comfortable to me to use it. I use it for my lot of triangle tops I'm doing, so yeah. So here you have to make sure that you're not trying to come out on the other way. You see, like my safety pin is wanting to come out through another way. What to do in this case? Let me see if I can have it. So I'm introducing my loop turner inside to have it easier, and I'm just actually going to pull. I hope I'm not hanging anything. I'm going to pull my safety pin through the hole, and I wanted to show you actually. You see, like it came out like a little bit like pulling it on another. So what I'm doing, I'm just like pulling it inside like that with my finger, so then it stays nicely without rolling. On this side it's not rolling at all, so it's really nice. Okay, so this you can ruche it as you like this, or you can leave it a little bit more open. So yeah, last bit, what I'm going to do, once my other sleeve is sewn, I'm going to fold it in like this, and I'm going to top stitch it. I'm going to show you as well this step. So I have a cover stitch, like you probably know, and I'm using my cover stitch for almost all the top stitching. But in case you do not have a cover stitch, I recommend you to use a zigzag stitch. I've shown it already in some of my other videos. All right. So sorry, I forgot my... Okay. All right, so I've top stitched my sleeve and the top. It's missing just one